Welcome to Farming Aid.
Today we're diving into one of the most talked about breeds in the cattle world right now, Brafords. If you've been paying attention to the ranching industry, you've probably noticed that more and more ranchers are turning to this unique cross of Brahman and Hereford cattle. But what makes them so special? Why are Brafords being called the future of modern ranching? In this video, we'll explore the history, the traits, and the real-world advantages that are putting Braford cattle in the spotlight. From their ability to handle tough climates to their efficiency in beef production, these cattle are rewriting the rules of ranching. Stick around, because by the end, you'll see why Brafords aren't just a trend, they're a game changer. To really understand why Braford cattle are gaining ground, we have to step back and consider the unique challenges ranchers face today. The world of livestock farming is no longer just about producing meat. It's about producing meat in a way that balances efficiency, animal welfare, environmental challenges, and consumer demand for quality. Heat waves are more intense, pastures are under pressure from changing rainfall patterns, and input costs like feed, veterinary care, and infrastructure are rising. Ranchers need a breed that can perform well under stress, and Brafords have proven they can thrive where others struggle. The story of the Braford begins in the United States, where cattlemen sought to combine the toughness of Brahmans with the beef qualities of Herefords. Brahmans had already established themselves as one of the most heat- and parasite-resistant breeds in the world, particularly well suited for subtropical and tropical environments. However, they often lacked the uniformity and marbling that beef markets demanded. Herefords, on the other hand, had long been favored for their excellent beef quality, efficient feed conversion, and calm temperament. By crossing the two, breeders unlocked a hybrid vigor that produced offspring not only tougher and healthier but also more productive in the beef arena. This was the birth of the Braford, a breed built for balance. What makes Braford stand out in the modern context is their resilience. Ranching in today's climate often means working with unpredictable weather conditions, from droughts to heavy rains, from extreme heat to unexpected cold snaps. Brahman blood gives Brafords the edge in tolerating high temperatures. Their loose skin, sweat glands, and light-colored coats help regulate body temperature, allowing them to graze and gain even in climates where European breeds would falter. On the other side, the Hereford influence tempers the breed, ensuring a calmer disposition and a consistency in beef quality that aligns with what consumers expect at the dinner table. But resilience alone does not explain their takeover. Ranching is a business, and economics matter. Brafords are celebrated for their efficiency. Their ability to convert grass into weight gain in tough conditions lowers feeding costs significantly. They can survive and thrive on forage that might not sustain other breeds, which reduces the need for expensive supplemental feeding. This efficiency means that even in areas where ranchers must carefully balance costs and margins, Brafords provide a dependable return. In a global beef industry that is increasingly competitive, that edge can make the difference between profit and loss. Another factor pushing Brafords into the ranching spotlight is fertility. A cow that doesn't calve regularly is a financial burden, and reproductive performance is one of the most critical measures of a herd's profitability. Braford cows are renowned for their high fertility rates and maternal instincts. They are hardy breeders that maintain reproductive cycles even under environmental stress, and their calves have strong survival rates thanks to the maternal attentiveness inherited from their Hereford side. This ensures steady herd growth, which is essential for ranches looking to sustain operations for the long term. Calf performance, too, cannot be overlooked. Ranchers often say that a cow is only as good as the calf she raises, and Braford cows deliver. Their calves are vigorous at birth, quick to stand and nurse, and they grow at a steady, healthy pace. Feedlot operators appreciate the uniformity and hardiness of Braford calves, as they typically adapt well to finishing programs and produce carcasses that satisfy both domestic and international markets. The balance of muscle, marbling, and tenderness means that processors are increasingly viewing Braford beef as a reliable product. In addition to performance on the ranch and in the feedlot, consumer perceptions play a huge role in shaping the future of cattle breeds. Today's consumers are more informed and more demanding than ever. They want beef that is high quality, but they also care about sustainability, animal welfare, and traceability. Brafords naturally fit into this narrative. Their ability to thrive on grass with minimal inputs makes them a sustainable choice, reducing the environmental footprint of beef production. Their hardiness means fewer veterinary interventions, which aligns with consumer concerns about animal health and the overuse of medications. In short, Brafords allow ranchers to produce beef that meets consumer expectations without sacrificing efficiency or profitability. Another dimension to the rise of Brafords is adaptability across regions. While they were first developed in the United States, Brafords are now being raised successfully in diverse environments across the world. From the humid subtropics of South America to the challenging climates of Africa and Australia. Their ability to adapt across continents has made them a truly global breed, and in many regions, they are outcompeting traditional local cattle. This worldwide adaptability strengthens their reputation as the go-to breed for ranchers facing varied and unpredictable conditions. It is also important to recognize the role of breed associations and organized efforts in promoting Braford cattle. The American Braford Society and similar organizations across other countries have worked tirelessly to refine breed standards, promote genetic progress, and provide ranchers with the tools to maximize the potential of their herds. Through selective breeding and modern technology, Brafords are continuously improving, with each generation more efficient, fertile, and marketable than the last. These coordinated efforts ensure that the breed doesn't just rely on its hybrid vigor but evolves to meet the changing demands of modern ranching. Technology itself has amplified the strengths of the Braford breed. With the rise of genomic testing, ranchers can identify and propagate traits like feed efficiency, disease resistance, and carcass quality more precisely than ever before. Brafords, with their hybrid background, often stand out in these evaluations, and selective breeding programs are accelerating their progress. The use of artificial insemination and embryo transfer further expands access to superior genetics, making top-quality Brafords available to ranchers who may be thousands of miles apart. This technological boost has fueled the spread and dominance of the breed. On the cultural side, there is also a story to be told about the symbolism of Braford cattle in ranching communities. Ranching is not just an industry, it is a way of life, tied deeply to heritage and identity. Many ranchers take pride in raising cattle that not only succeed economically but also reflect resilience and tradition. Brafords embody this duality. They represent innovation through hybridization but also honor the legacy of the Hereford and Brahman breeds that shaped cattle ranching in the Americas. For many ranching families, the Braford has become a symbol of progress without forgetting roots. When we consider the broader cattle industry, the Braford's rise is also linked to global beef markets. Demand for beef is expanding, particularly in regions like Asia and Africa, where growing middle classes are consuming more animal protein. For exporters, this demand represents opportunity, but it also comes with expectations for consistent quality and supply. Breeds like the Braford help meet these expectations because they combine hardiness in production with beef that satisfies international market standards. This global demand fuels the expansion of Brafords beyond their traditional homes. Even in developed countries, where beef consumption has stabilized, there is still strong competition among ranchers to supply beef that balances quality with sustainability. Programs like grass-fed beef and natural beef have gained popularity, and Brafords are perfectly positioned to perform in these systems. Their ability to thrive on grass-based production systems and produce flavorful, tender beef has made them a favorite for ranchers catering to niche and premium markets. This adaptability between conventional and alternative systems makes them a versatile option, further expanding their role in modern ranching. Another often overlooked but crucial advantage of Brafords is longevity. A cow that can stay productive for more years means lower replacement costs for ranchers. Braford cows are known to remain fertile and raise calves for longer than many other breeds, often producing into their teens. This long productive life adds to their economic value, as ranchers can spread the cost of raising or purchasing a heifer over more years of calf production. It also means herds can maintain stability with fewer replacements, which reduces management complexity. Their resistance to common cattle challenges also contributes to this longevity. Brafords tend to show strong resistance to ticks, parasites, and diseases that plague many other breeds, particularly in warmer climates. This reduces the need for chemical interventions, cutting costs and labor while also aligning with consumer demand for natural, low-input beef production. It's another way the breed enhances both sustainability and profitability in one package. Looking at the big picture, Braford cattle are not just another hybrid experiment, they represent a shift in how ranching is evolving. The challenges of climate change, market volatility, and rising consumer expectations are forcing the cattle industry to rethink its strategies. Breeds that cannot adapt to these pressures risk becoming marginalized, while breeds like the Braford that offer resilience, efficiency, and quality are positioned to dominate. The momentum we see today is not accidental, it is the result of decades of selective breeding, adaptation, and proof in the field that Brafords deliver. It is also worth noting the generational aspect of ranching. Younger ranchers, who are inheriting family operations or starting their own, are often more open to innovation. They see the Braford not just as a breed that works but as a breed that aligns with the values of sustainability, adaptability, and profitability that are essential in today's ranching landscape. As this new generation takes the reins, they are likely to continue pushing the expansion of Brafords. At the same time, established ranchers who have been in the industry for decades are not quick to abandon a breed unless the evidence is clear. The widespread adoption of Brafords among seasoned cattlemen is perhaps the strongest testament to their performance. When a rancher who has spent a lifetime managing cattle makes the switch, it sends a powerful signal to the rest of the industry. The growing presence of Brafords in herds across regions reflects this trust and confidence. The rise of Braford cattle is not without its challenges. Like any breed, they have their critics and their limitations. Some argue that their hybrid nature makes standardization difficult, or that in extremely cold environments they may not perform as well as traditional European breeds. These critiques are valid in specific contexts, but they do not overshadow the overwhelming advantages that the breed offers in the broader ranching landscape. With careful management and continued breeding progress, these challenges are being addressed. As we look toward the future, one thing is certain: the Braford breed is not just a passing trend. Its unique blend of resilience, productivity, and adaptability makes it a cornerstone for modern ranching systems. Whether in small family operations or large-scale commercial ranches, the breed has carved out a role that is only growing stronger. The very pressures that make ranching more difficult today, climate extremes, economic constraints, and market demands, are the same pressures that make Brafords more relevant than ever. And that's the story of why Braford cattle are taking over modern ranching. They're tough enough to thrive where other breeds struggle, efficient enough to keep costs down, and consistent enough to deliver the kind of beef consumers expect. For ranchers, that combination of resilience and profitability makes them a clear choice in today's changing world. If you've been wondering what the future of cattle ranching looks like, Brafords are a big part of the answer. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like, drop a comment with your thoughts or experiences with Brafords, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the livestock world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.